Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. How are you? Today, this is Abdul Ghani Al Khatib. Today, we will talk about BDR Cloud. Let's start with Cloud Zone. Cloud Zone is an IT solution professional company in Saudi Arabia. We are distributor and reseller for many professional solution and cloud hosting company. We are targeting MENA and Saudi Arabia region. Today, we will host a very professional backup solution from Vembo Technologies. We will take a deep focus about BDR cloud backup solution and what is the benefit from using a cloud backup solution and how can we protect our critical business data. Today, I will host my professional engineer, Pranav. Please, Pranav, mic is yours. Let's start.
Thank you so much, Abdul. Hello, everyone. This is Pranav from the product management team of Wimbu. Today we are going to talk about BDR Cloud. That's more into, as Abdul was saying, we'll just have a deep down depth analysis or a deep information about the BDR Cloud and what the cloud backup and recovery has for us from Wimbu. Before I go into that topic, I just wanted to explain about Wimbu Technologies. So Wimbu Technologies is a company which is more concentrated towards the data protection market. We have been in this business for more than 2 decades with our footsteps in 100 plus countries, and we have a solution that caters to all the requirements of your businesses. Either it could be a small, a medium, or an enterprise class business. We are able to provide it. We have both on-prem solution as well as a cloud solution, and BDR Cloud is one among the portfolios that we have in Wimbu Technologies. Directly without wasting much of a time, I just wanted to jump down to the topic on our presentation. Yeah.
The screen is available.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So hope everyone could see my screen. As I told you before, Wimbu Technologies has 2 decades of experience in the data protection market and have a footsteps in 100 plus countries, and that's how we roll. And today's topic on protecting your business critical data with BDR Cloud is something which is more, the topic that everyone needs in the presence of digital world as of now. Because this BDR Cloud is more like a reliable cloud backup and recovery solution that we provide in the market with a competitive range. Today's agenda for the market for the webinar would be like, what are the causes and consequences of data losses that has been occurring? And we'll also have a quick snash through about the solutions for the data loss and how BDR Cloud could help in. And we'll see a quick demo on the BDR Cloud with a small feat of action. Starting on with the data loss and its causes. So data loss could be of any certain manner, like anything can cause a data loss. It is not only most of the people think that it is hackers, insiders, or the viruses or malware causes a big problem of a data loss, but it is not actually that. There are multiple causes, but among that we do have some of it. So we have the human error, we have the viruses and malware, we have the hardware damage, we have software corruption, natural disasters, which could be a cyclone, a tornado, whatever it is, or again, hackers and insiders. So when I chain up these causes, you could see about 60% is all due to a man-made one. Okay, it must be something which is related to man-made, either the hardware damage or a software corruption, hackers and insiders, or human error is something which is done willfully by a human. So with this and a natural disaster on the other side, this is how a data loss is done. So when you have a data, one such important thing like an important file or important folder, which we call it as a critical data that runs your business, if that gets lost, what would be the consequences? So as you could see, the main consequence would be this. I just wanted to start off with this because all are interconnected, but I just start off with this, where the exposure of your confidential information would get published. That is very a tragic one that is going to happen if you have a data to be lost, and that causes a permanent business failure, so which may lead to a reputation damage among your customers, so they lose the hope on you, and which will lead to economic loss where you will have loss of customers there, and your economic loss and your production disruption happens through this consequences of data losses. So this is what the main consequence of data loss would be. Now thinking about, so when I say that a data loss could directly or indirectly affect a company or a business, and this is how it does. So once it is done, when a consequence of data loss is done, to rebuild a company, it's not just a simple manner. So in order to counterfeit on that data loss, what would be the best plan? As of now, all we know is to have a backup. So, not just having a backup solution would save you, it is you should have an effective backup plan to help you out during the time of disaster. So when I say an effective backup plan, that is, you should have a good backup that reduces your business downtime. For example, if there is a data loss that would occur, and immediately you must be able to continue with your business. We call that as business continuity. So that is what an effective backup plan would be. Not just a backup solution would turn things around, but instead you should have a better backup plan to achieve the goals. So, when you plan something, you have to list down the business critical workloads that is very important, and you can decide how many copies of that backup data you can store it in different locations. So you have to list down what are the business critical workloads that is important to run your business, and then you have to define the RPO and RTO. So RPO is how frequently you wanted to take a backup of that particular folder or a file or a machine. And then RTO would be like I mean, immediately after a disaster, what would be the time span to bring back your business into a normal rhythm? We call that as, in tandem or music line. That is how your business continuity would work. And then this, while you're doing it, you have to determine what would be the best recovery method. So it is not just a file or folder level recovery or a complete image level recovery. You have to decide how it is going to be done for your business and how it would suit you for your business. So this is how you have to plan your effective backup plan before you start using a backup solution. And with that said, so this is how I just discussed about data loss and the consequences of data loss. Now we'll see how Wimbu can protect you from this. So as I told you, like the BDR Cloud is a product of Wimbu Technologies. It's more like a cloud backup and recovery solution. This BDR Cloud is a highly secure and scalable cloud backup solution that we have, and this would help you to back up your data and restore your data from anywhere at any time. That is the advantage of BDR Cloud. So when you say cloud, you just store your data somewhere in cloud and you would be able to restore it from anywhere at any time to at any device. That is what the advantage of cloud is all about. Next, you have the important thing that I wanted to say. This solution could cater to even the end users requirement. So basically, if there are end users who wanted to store their data directly in BDR Cloud, they can start using this BDR Cloud. It's more like a synchronizing option that we have. Backup, it is not just synchronizing, it is more like backup and restore that we provide. So now what we have in this BDR Cloud is being explained in this slide. So it is more like a unique data protection to cloud that we provide, where you can back up your SaaS application. Main concept of cloud here would be taking a backup of your SaaS application. It could be your Microsoft 365 or Google Workspace. So when I say the Microsoft 365 or Google Workspace, here you could back up entire organization's mailbox, or specifically I can take a backup of my users, a specific user's mailbox, which includes the mails, contacts, calendars, OneDrive in case of Microsoft 365, and Google Drive in case of Google Workspace can be taken a backup. Apart from this, we also support SharePoint Online and Teams backup with which you can take a backup and store it in the BDR cloud space. And the next main usage is the BDR Cloud for endpoints. So while you have a wide range of endpoints to be used, it could be your Windows, your Mac, or Linux machines. You can take a backup of your on-prem data and store it in cloud. So even if your machine crashes down, you can restore your important files and folders from the cloud storage, which has been offered by the BDR Cloud here. Now,
Sorry to
okay,
interrupt you. Could you just switch off your camera in order to focus on the slides, because it's like too helpful content. So please stop your camera and yeah, yes, please.
sure. Thank you. Okay, now we have this BDR Cloud for file service. So this is also a file or folder level backup, similar to Endpoints Backup, where you can back up your file server contents or files and folders from your Windows as well as your Linux servers. So you just take a backup of it, all the files and folders, and store it up in cloud. So the servers and the endpoints, more at a file or folder level, can be taken a backup and stored in cloud. And similarly, that goes for the applications as well. As of now, we support the applications of Microsoft as Exchange Backup, Microsoft SharePoint Backup, Microsoft SQL Server Backup, and MySQL Backup. So all these can be taken a backup, stored it up on cloud, and can be restored later. Okay, so this is what the unique data protection to cloud that we provide as of now with the BDR cloud. And more to it, we are going to add the image level backups for which would be coming up in the near future, where it will include more like the VMware, the Hyper-V backup, as well as the disk image level backup for your Windows machines can be stored directly in BDR Cloud. That's going to be coming up in the near future, like in a couple of releases from now, you'll have that option as well in the BDR Cloud. So this is a small architecture of the BDR Cloud. So here, as you could see, like you just need to sign up for the BDR Cloud account. Once you sign up, then you can configure the backup for your SaaS applications directly from the BDR Cloud account from that web console, and it will send the data directly to the cloud space allocated to you. And if it is for the file servers, endpoints, and applications, you have to install a client on the source machine. The client will back up the data. You can configure your backup jobs from the client itself. So from the client, the data will be sent directly to the cloud service. And this cloud service, you can, as I told you, you can restore your data at any time from anywhere. Just by logging into your cloud account, you can restore that data at any time. So this is what your BDR cloud architecture more towards it. And these are few of our customers who are using a product of Wembu. So both BDR Suite as well as the BDR Cloud is being used by the customers all around. There are some few of the customers who are chains in their market who has been using it till date. And next, we'll see what all the key features that the BDR Cloud has that could counter your data loss. So one thing is we have a continuous data protection. So from every 1 minute, you can configure to back up your data. So when you there's an option called continuous backup. So whenever that's a set and forget option. So whenever there happens a change, immediately the backup will be triggered. Okay, so there's a change in a file or folder, immediately the backup will be triggered. That's for the continuous data protection that we provide. And an interruption free backup is what we assure. So while we transfer the data, here we need to have a seamless connectivity of internet. If there is a break in the network, immediately it doesn't have to start all over again. It will just resume from where it left off previously. So that is what the intelligent interruption free backup is all about. And as far as our BDR cloud is concerned, all the incremental backup will be exposed as a virtual full backup. So the point that I wanted to make here is you don't have to choose a reverse or forward incremental approach. As per our design, the initial backup will be a full backup followed by the set of incrementals. That is all your changes. So when I concentrate on saying this, I also stress that when I choose a particular incremental backup to restore, it will give me a complete full backup or virtual full. That's how we have exposed this. because we have our own patented file system called Wimbo Hive that ensures this technology. And the round the clock restore is what I've been talking about. Like, you can restore from anywhere at any time around the globe, and the data retention is flexible, where we can even retain your deleted files for a longer period of time. That is what your data retention technology is what BDR Cloud holds for you. Okay. And all your data is secured with AES 256-bit algorithm, so nothing to worry. And whenever you want to restore, it is both at the flight as well as at the rest. Your data is all encrypted with the algorithm. That's more like a military grade algorithm that we use as for the market concerns. And explicit email notifications you get, where you get an intuitive reporting details in that email notifications at timely alerts, as well as you can have a set of scheduled notifications that you can do. And bandwidth throttling is always available in BDR Cloud. So when I say all these BDR Cloud concepts, I would I just wanted to point here that this is more like an unified solution where you can back up both your SaaS applications as well as your files and folders from a single console. And you get to store it in one location, and you can restore that whenever it is required. So that is what the BDR Cloud is all about, with all these main features which is comparable in the market. Now let's see some of the details about how this BDR Cloud would look like. Oh, just give me a minute before I share my other screen.
So we noted that the data will be encrypted and securely saved in the data in the cloud. So at the end, we will ask the Mr. Pranav several questions: where the data is hosted, is it compliant or not, and how can we meet or met several requirements for Saudi-based hosting data, or if we wish to host inside or on-premises cloud.
Sure.
Yes.
We can. I'll answer that post session. But now I'll just make sure that I give a quick run through over the BDR Cloud console. Okay. So here, as you could see, like the BDR Cloud, this is my console. Hope everyone could see the screen. So this you can just log in with onlinebackup.wimbo.com. So once you log in, you'll be able to see this BDR Cloud console, and you just need to sign up for initially. If you're going to use it, you have to sign up for the details and register. I already have signed up, so I'm just using a demo account of mine to log in with the username and credentials. Once I log in, yeah, this is the console that you could see. So I've already given a set of backup jobs here. So, but I just wanted to show you the details here. Here, there's a backup for endpoints. Here, there's a backup for the SaaS applications, which I told, like Microsoft 365, Google Workspace, and the applications and DBs. So when I mention about the Microsoft 365, well, let's start with the SaaS applications here. So when I talk about the Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace, all I just need to do is I have to add a Microsoft organization, that is the 365 organization. Either I can do it through an automatic process or through a manual process. So once I add it as a data stores in my Microsoft organization, I can configure the backup for the Microsoft 365 from here, just giving a backup job name, and automatically it gets stored in BDR Cloud storage allocated to you. Here, I could choose to take a backup of my entire organization that includes the user mailbox, the group mailbox, the SharePoint sites and teams, or I can select the objects which I wanted to take a backup. So, and I select the objects, like all these three objects is required. I just move forward, and here I can select the domains under the tenant which I've added. So once I select the domain, Either I can take a backup of all the users or a specified users. So when I choose to list the specified users, it will list down all the specified users under the account, all the users under the account. So here I can select what I wanted to take a backup. I can select the usernames, and I can even select what all I wanted to take a backup on the data. I mean, that is your mailbox. Either I could include the mails, the OneDrive, the calendar, and the contacts. So once I include it, moving forward, since I selected the SharePoint sites, it will list down the sites, the SharePoint sites connected to this account. I'm choosing a site name, a particular user or a site name here. And moving forward, I'll be able to select the teams as well. Here are the team details. You can select the team details. And next is the scheduling part. So here you can choose a backup frequency to run from every 1 hour. That's a minimum backup frequency as far as cloud backup, the SaaS backup is concerned. So I can schedule a frequency and I can select a time zone, at what time zone I wanted to take a backup. So if it is Saudi, I can select it as United Arab Emirates. I have all those details here. I literally have Abu Dhabi. So I'm just selecting this for now. So here I have GMT plus 4 Abu Dhabi. And moving forward, after my selection is done, here is the retention. So I can choose how long I want to retain my backup data in my storage, that is cloud storage. The user mailbox, it's going to be completely different. Like all the mails, calendars, and contacts which I've configured for backup should be about 10 years, and I'll be choosing that option. Then the user mailbox or OneDrive data, if I want to take a backup on the specified time, I can raise up the level to retain. Like for example, if I wanted to retain about 50 versions of the data, I can store up to 50 versions of the data. Or if I want to go with the time basis, that is day basis, I can choose up to day basis as well. That is how I can do for my user mailbox, that is OneDrive, and SharePoint sites and Teams as well. If I have selected the group mailbox, I can even include OneDrive of the group mailbox for a particular period of time. Okay, and then I review the changes. Next, I review through the changes. So whatever the changes that I've made will be given up as a summary over here. And if I save it immediately, I'll be able to take a backup. The backup will get in progress. So here, once the backup is in progress, you can see those backup details under the list backup job section. So here is a backup job that I've configured. And this is the same for Google Workspace organization as well. So once you add the Google Workspace organization, you can configure the backup for Google Workspace. The configuration is also similar, except you won't be having the SharePoint online and Teams backup in Google Workspace. Instead, you'll be having more on the mailbox backup. So all these, once you take a backup, you can even recover the data from the recovery page. So you have multiple recovery options for individual user mailbox, your SharePoint sites, your teams, all that you can recover from this section. So even in user mailbox, you can choose like, what data that you wanted to restore. So you will be choosing a timestamp. I'm just choosing a timestamp. And here I'm choosing a mailbox. If I want to restore the entire mailbox, or I just wanted to restore a particular mails within the mailbox of the user, I can choose that. So here's a user mailbox. I can select the mails and I can restore that. So restoration has two options. Either I can restore it to the same user or to a different user mailbox. That is, these two are going to be the default restoration options here. Whereas in this, for mails alone, we have download as PST or restore to a different organization, that is to a different tenant. That has been enabled now only for mails. Okay, so that is options for mails. And if I'm going for OneDrive, I can choose a particular folder or a particular files and folders that is to be restored. can select a complete one, and here I'll be having two options. As I told you, these two are going to be the default options, like restore to the same user mailbox or to a different user mailbox, and that goes the same for the calendar events and contacts as well. So this is how you could able to restore your SaaS applications both for your Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace mailbox oriented. And if and this is about the SaaS applications. And when you want to check on the reports, you can just go to the reports and check how intuitive our report line gives up. So here you could see if there's a success one, you can see what was success or the group mailbox which was being taken a backup, the SharePoint sites, all these detail you can see it over here. You can download that as a logs, or you can view it through a historical report. So that is for the group mailbox and the Microsoft 365 organization. It has been listed here. So all these, whatever you configure the for backup, would be coming up with a detailed reporting using this setup. And the next one is your endpoints, our file servers, and applications and DBs backup. So here, if you're going to ask me how I'm going to configure the backup for this, here you need to download a BDR client. So when you just click on the BDR client, like based on your requirement, you can just download this client, install the client on your source machine, which you wanted to take a backup of. So once you install, the console will be like this. I'm just showing you the console of my, my machine. Yeah. So this is my cloud client machine on my source, source machine. So I'm just logging into it. This is only for your physical machine backup, like where I can configure the backup for my files and folders, a MS Exchange server if I have an Exchange server, MS Mailbox, Microsoft SQL server, SharePoint or MS Outlook or MySQL. All these can be configured only through this client. That's what I said. Like file servers, endpoints, or applications at a granular level can only be taken through this client. So if, for example, I just wanted to take a backup of my files and folders, just click on the files and folders option. So it will list down, the client will list down all the files and folders within the machine. It includes the system state and the predefined folders, as well as your documents and details, which is hidden in the drive. All these are listed here. So this, you can configure a backup and you can try restoring them to, restoring to a different location. Here I have this continuous backup. As I told you, this is what I was mentioning, one of the key feature. Like whenever there happens a change, it's a set and forget option. Whenever there happens a change, a block level change, immediately backup will be triggered and that backup data will be stored directly in a cloud. So as per the design, the initial backup will be a full backup followed by incrementals. So it's completely an incremental type of backup. Apart from this, we can run your backups from every 1 minute. That's the option that we have. On our next, we have the retention. So here, as I told you, the deleted file retention is also applicable. So if there is any particular, apart from your default folders or a map drive, if there is any particular file, Windows file that you wanted to take a backup, you can backup. And if even if it is deleted from your source machine, you can retain that data for a longer period of time. So retention here can be of two types. One is version based, where you can keep up to 999 versions of the backup data, or you can even hold up to the time base, like you can go up to yearly basis. For 10 years, I want to keep all the restore, data which I've taken a backup to be retained. Even that can be done. Or if I want to keep a maximum of double nine versions of my backup data, even that I can select it, like about 84 points of versions that I wanted to keep. Even that will be stored in your storage. So that is how you decide your backup retention based on your business SLA. And even you can select that for your deleted file retention as well. So once done, if you want to add a password, just click on enable encryption and add a password over that encrypted data. So without the password, the advantage here is without the password, no one can restore your data, or edit your backup job or delete your backup job. And once you save next, here is a final thing. You have to give a backup job name and you save the configurations. Once you save, your details will be listed down here. Okay. So this client from where you configure the backup has an advantage where you can restore the data from the client, that is the source machine, or you can even just go to the cloud console. From this is your cloud console, the web console. So you can just click on recovery and you can restore the data from your cloud console also. So if you're traveling, like you have the source machine to be lying at your home and you're traveling around the country, and is that from one particular location you want to restore it to a different machine, then you can use this option to restore it from the cloud. So you restore your data from the cloud and you can start using it on your new machine where you wish to continue your business from. So this is what your BDR Cloud is all about. And you have all these intuitive reporting to help you with what was the configuration, how the data was, the data recovery details and email notifications is all being enabled from this BDR Cloud server. Okay, even you can set users for this BDR Cloud, cloud console with full access and deferred access. So this is what your BDR Cloud is all about. I hope everyone would have enjoyed the detailing about the BDR Cloud. And yes, I believe.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this awesome content and webinar. Let's move on to the questions and answers regarding to the BDR cloud. We know that when it comes to the backup and protecting data, we go to like we are going to compliance, because
Yes.
we are hosting patients, we are hosting banking sector, we could host a critical data. So how
Hmm.
can we meet or met the requirement for the Saudi government for hosting maybe local hosting company or or hosting on-prem with BDR cloud?
Okay. So it is like if you're going to use it on-prem, you'll be using a BDR suite. Okay.
Hmm.
BDR Cloud is completely for the cloud solutions where the user will be choosing our own cloud, our BDR Cloud to comply with. So we have the data. I mean, yeah, we have a cloud solution. We have cloud data center hosted around, and nothing to worry. All that will be complied with the GDPR, international rules and regulations that we comply with. So we do have adhering to backup solution as a web page where we have listed down what all the compliances that we comply with internationally. So global compliances, we just take care of it. So it is secured within your location. But if there are customers who would feel like they wanted to store their data within their own storage, and that would be for example more like a government uh, firms, they wanted to store their data within their location. So in such a case, we would suggest them to go with BDR suite, where they get the chance to add their own cloud storage to it. Okay. So
Okay.
once they
uh,
add their
mhm.
cloud storage, they get to store their data, a copy of the data in the cloud itself.
Awesome. I have another question from the audience. Uh, Everyone is afraid of or scary about the prices. So, what is the pricing model that you offer? Is it per gigabyte or per resources or per email?
Okay, it is not per email. So the pricing is based on the entity that you're trying to take a backup. For example, if you're going to take a backup of your SaaS applications, you can or whichever the entity, like Microsoft 365, for how many users that you wanted to take a backup, you can select that and you will be purchasing the license for that. Okay, like our pricing details are directly in our website, like BDRCloud.com would be giving you so much of detail on it. So I'll just take you through the BDRCloud.com on it. Just a minute. So hope you could see my screen here. Like in BDRCloud.com, we have this pricing section. We have this pricing section where we have detailed about the pricing here. So if it is Microsoft 365, whatever it is, like SaaS applications totally, per user, it is $3. Okay, with 50 GB of cloud storage, which comes including with that. And if you want to purchase an additional storage of 50 GB or more than that, you can purchase it in the multiples of 50, and you can pay out $3 per month, which is billed annually. Okay, and that goes for
Okay.
the endpoints as well. And for server backup, it is around $6, which includes 100 GB of cloud storage. And for additional storage, you can purchase in the multiples of 50. So this is what our listed prices. But to be frank, Wembu or the team of Wembu, the BDR Cloud is always open to negotiations, and this is just a listed price. What you can, uh, just show to your customers, but you'll always have a discount on it. We have multiple offers and discounts to be
So
running
what
around.
the customers is required to contact Cloud Zone IT in order to take more details about the promotions and prices for the Saudi
Yes,
market.
yes,
Okay,
exactly.
great. But I have another question. It comes to my mind personally.
Mm.
Do you have like a client based application that could take a personal data of the PC and store it over uh, cloud, for example, like other competitor do?
Like you wanted to take a complete backup of the physical machine and store it in
Yeah,
cloud.
yeah, yes, yes. Physical PC or physical laptop, like file level backup.
Yeah, yeah, that is what we can do with BDR Cloud. For example, if the complete physical machine of your PC, that is Windows 10 or Windows 11 or Mac, whatever, or Linux, whatever it is, you can just configure the backup at a file or folder level, and that gets stored directly in BDR Cloud, and which they can restore it later.
Okay, okay. So everything is secured and protected by the secured and compliant cloud provider.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Pranav, for the awesome content. And I hope you guys entertained and learned something new with backup and security, and also to protect the business critical data. We all know that nowadays it's a matter of data and protecting the data. Data is the next gold and future gold. uh, I hope you enjoy the webinar. If you have any question, just raise a ticket or just contact us via www.cloudzone.net or Cloudzone IT on different LinkedIn and Twitter and social media channels. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead. Thank you, Mr. Pranav.
Thank you so much. It was pleasure having you all in the session. Thank you so much.